Welcome everyone to the Electric Coaches channel. And as some of you already know, I'm now working on building a new team of electric football Dallas Cowboys. So I had the pleasure of going to the hobby store this week, and I went to go shop for some paints, and found 3 paints that caught my eye. And these paints are by a company called Vallejo. And this paint is called green gray. All right, that's one concept paint I was considering for my Cowboys. Another paint that I have by Vallejo as well, and this is called pale gray blue. And the third paint that I picked up, also by Vallejo, this is called light green blue. And the reason why I chose those paints is because if you look at the Dallas Cowboys, their pants, the modern day Cowboys, those pants aren't silver. You know, every Cowboy team I've had in my life as an electric football hobbyist, I've always painted my Cowboys in silver. I just got a bottle of silver paint and made some Cowboys, both helmet and pants. Okay? But when the Cowboys wear their white jerseys, the real Cowboys, if you look at their pants, those pants have a blue and green type of color mixed in that silver when the light hits the pants. But the helmet is silver. And these 3 paints that I purchased from the hobby store are close to that color. So we're going to go over to my workbench where I do all my painting at, and we're going to lay down some of these paints on a figure here, on a couple of figures anyway, and we're going to see what color looks close enough to the color we're trying to capture. And if I don't like the way those paints come out, they're going in for a bath in this bucket of Easy Off right here. It's just that simple. If I don't like how a paint job looks, refurb it, start over. Okay, now I'm at my workbench. I have 3 figures I'm going to test these paints out on. I have my Haiti Repro linebacker pose, and we're going to put the pale gray blue on that figure. Haiti Repro blocker figure, and we're going to use the green gray Vallejo paint on that figure. And then we have the light green blue paint. We're going to use that on our Haiti Repro defensive back pose. And unlike other paints I've used in the past that has an open bottle, this Vallejo paint, it's got a closed top. So I don't want to squeeze this paint into another container. I want to dab a little bit onto my brush just to get a sample. It's not going to take long at all to determine if this paint is feasible. Let's get our clamp there. And I'm going to just move a little bit of the paint over the seat of the figure. And just from looking at it initially, this paint is really no different than any other gray paint that I've used on other figures. And this is the pale gray blue paint. Okay. Let's get a little bit more on our brush here. A little bit more. Gonna paint inside the leg. We're not really worried about priming the figure right now. Just want to get a feel for what this paint is going to look like once I lay it down. And the paint is still useful, you know, if it doesn't make the team that I want it to make. The paint still can be used. You know, this is a gray paint. It can be used as a primer, or I could use it to make another team, maybe like some old school Raiders or something like that. Okay, got enough on his seat. Going to set that figure there, allow it to dry, and let's put our cap back on our first bottle. And this is the pale gray blue. Let's move over to our Haiti Repro blocker. And we're going to use our green gray paint on that figure. Let's open our cap. I'm going to dab a little bit on our brush here. One good thing about these Vallejo bottles, because they have this closed tip, it protects your paint better in the long run. Your paint won't dry out as it sits in the bottle. So this is called green gray. We're going to lay this paint down on the figure. Again, we're not worried about putting on any primer right now, because the paint is going to do what it's going to do. It's going to look the way it's going to look regardless. Let's get a little bit more paint here. I'm going to lay that down on the figure. Get inside there. Going to cover the lower half of this figure, the legs, the leg area of the figure. Okay, just a little bit more to cover it up. Get a little bit more on our brush. Inner thigh there. Okay. Okay, that figure's covered. Okay, now we're going to move over to our Haiti Repro figure, Haiti Repro defensive back figure. And we're going to use our light green blue paint on that figure. So we're going to open our bottle. Okay. And like all the rest, we're going to get some get a little bit of paint here on our brush. We're going to apply it to the leg area of the figure. And like I said earlier, you know, my previous cowboy teams I've had, I just grabbed a bottle of silver paint, and painted the pants and the helmet the same color silver. But as I grew up in the hobby, as I became more mature in the hobby, started to take more pride in my approach to painting teams. So I started to pay more attention to the colors that the teams actually wore. And the Cowboys is one of those teams. Their pants aren't just silver. There's that blue and that green tint in the color of their pants. And the helmet is silver. I digress for a moment, but another team that has a very strange color is Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have like a when I look at their new uniforms, I see brown and gray and green in the color of their pants, and that's going to be another team I'm going to pursue in the future. Okay, I have the light green blue paint applied to the Haiti Repro defensive back. So we're going to allow the paints on these three figures to dry, and we're going to come back and we're going to look at these colors and determine if any one of these colors are useful in helping me to make this Cowboys team. The paint has now dried on these three figures. Remember, we used pale gray blue on the Haiti Repro linebacker, and we used green gray on the Haiti Repro blocker figure, and we used light green blue on the Haiti Repro defensive back figure. Looking at the outcome of this paint so far, basically the paint is gray. On this particular figure, the Haiti Repro linebacker figure, this gray has more of a old school Dallas Cowboy color, like the color pants that Tony Dorsett and Roger Staubach wore back in the day. On the Haiti Repro blocker figure, this paint came out a light gray, although it's called green gray. I don't see the tint of green in this paint. Basically a light gray, kind of like the Oakland Raiders pants back in the 70s. And the last paint, which was called light green blue, this paint also has a old school Dallas Cowboy color. So these paints as they are will not give me the Cowboys colors as they are today, but all is not lost. See, I bought these paints deliberately with an idea in mind on how to use them to capture the Cowboys blue silver pants, if you will. I have another paint that I want to show you guys. This paint is called Fast Color, and this particular paint's color is called Change Blue. This paint is a transparent paint that when laid on top of these grays, it'll give us that shining silver tinting to blue green color when the light hits it. And I'm going to lay this paint over top of these 3 different paint jobs on these figures here, and I want to share that with you. So we're going to open our cap on our fast color paint. Okay, set the bottle there. I got a little bit inside the cap here. Put that there. We're going to take the Haiti Repro linebacker figure, and we're going to put this Change Blue paint over top of this pale gray blue paint. So we allowed that paint to dry, and then we're gonna put this other paint, this fast color paint, on top of it. We're gonna see what type of outcome we get. Not really worried about staying in the lines. Just want to put these 2 paints together and see how it looks. It's all about being creative. You know, that's the thing about this hobby. You know, the more creative you are, the different things you'll find yourself doing in this hobby. Okay. So, okay, this is the pale gray blue paint with the fast color Change Blue on top of it. So we're going to set this guy to the side. We're going to let him dry. Okay, we're going to get some more paint into our cap. And we're going to move to the next figure here, our Haiti Repro blocker. And I like to clean off my brush from time to time. I have a paper towel that I wipe my brush off on. I don't want the paint to collect too much. Okay. Got some more paint in our cap. Set that right there. And we're going to apply this fast color on top of this green gray paint. Again, this fast color paint is transparent with and it changes to blue as you move the figure around in the light. Just like those Dallas Cowboy pants. They look silver, and then you see them in the light, start to look blue, ice blue. And then when they start to sweat, you see those pants change color again. Okay. And this is the green gray paint. Just lay it on the figure there. Okay. Set that there. Okay, so we got 2 figures covered so far. Got the Haiti Repro blocker and the Haiti Repro linebacker figure. Okay, set that there. And again, we're going to clean off our brush. And we're going to get some more paint in our cap. See, if you look at this fast color bottle, you see how the neck of the bottle is very narrow. Okay, put the cap back on. And this paint, by the way, is very watery. It doesn't have the so you can shake it up and it'll mix. So you shake the bottle a little bit there. Set our cap down and move that there. Okay, now we have the Haiti Repro defensive back figure, and that figure was painted using the light green blue paint. So we take our brush and we apply our fast color change blue paint on top of this Vallejo paint. Seeing if we can capture that shimmering silver of the Dallas Cowboy pants. Now, I deliberately didn't ask anybody in the hobby what color paint to go to. I deliberately did that because I wanted to discover this on my own. Okay. Let's see what we got. Turn it over. We're going to let these figures dry. We're going to make a determination as to what color is best suited for these Cowboys. Okay. Make sure we cover the entire figure here. I'm just haphazardly putting the paint on the figure for the sake of the camera. And because if I wasn't doing this video for you guys, I'd be a little bit more careful about how I apply the paint. Okay. Got these guys covered. Let's see what they look like so far. Okay, I can see the paint changing to blue as I move it through, as I move it around in the lamp. I can see a sort of a silver type of look in that figure. Now, mind you, these paints haven't dried yet. And with this figure as it stands, with the Haiti Repro blocker figure, although I see the blue, this green gray is too light. The blue, the shimmering silver blue type of color I'm looking for, it's not with this green gray right here from what I've seen so far. May have to give it some more time to dry because, you know, as the paint dries, you know, the paint changes colors. The color may look different once the paint settles. Let's close our cap. And I also, now I'm looking at the Haiti Repro defensive back figure, and It's looking okay. I may have to apply a second coat to this one. So we're going to let these dry. And we're going to come back. And we're going to look at these players again.